All right, let's talk about one of the most absolutely explosive earnings reports we've seen all season. The Chinese tech company Xunlei just dropped its Q2 numbers, and wow, did the market notice. So what in the world just happened?
Okay, so to really get this, we're actually going to start with the effect before we get to the cause, because that's what makes this story so wild. It all kicked off with the stock price. So picture this. It's a totally normal day. Xunlei's stock, ticker XNET, is just kind of sitting there, minding its own business at just over $5 a share. Nothing to see here. And then, bam! Before the market even officially opens, the report comes out and the stock just blasts off, jumping over 26%. A move that big, that fast, gets everyone's attention. But you know, the price itself was only part of the story. Look at the volume. It went from an average of less than 1 million shares a day to nearly 7 million. It's like going from a quiet street to a massive rock concert overnight. So you have to ask, what on earth could cause investors to go this crazy this fast? To figure that out, we've got to pop the hood on the numbers themselves. And when we look inside that report, what we find is pretty impressive. Yeah, but it's also, well, it's a bit of a mystery. First off, the headline number. I mean, wow. Revenue shot up over 30% compared to last year, hitting $104 million. That is a clear sign that business is booming. But here's where things get weird. The company gave two different earnings per share numbers. The official one, the GAAP number, was this jaw-dropping $11.48. But then there's this other non-GAAP number, which is supposed to show how the actual business is doing, and that's just 13 cents. So what gives? How can both of these be true? Well, you really got to understand this difference. Think of GAAP as the official rulebook. It counts everything, including one-time windfalls that aren't part of the regular business. Non-GAAP is like the coach's cut. It filters out that extra noise to show you how the core team is really performing. And in Xunlei's case, that difference tells two totally separate, epic stories. So let's break them down. These are the two massive events that explain everything about this incredible quarter. First up, let's tackle that insane GAAP number. This story isn't about the company's day-to-day operations. This is about them hitting the jackpot. And here it is, the source of all that magic. Xunlei had invested in the camera company Insta360, right? Well, Insta360 went public, and boom, Xunlei's investment is suddenly worth $720 million more on paper. Now, it's key to remember this isn't cash in the bank. It's a paper gain, but it's a huge one. But the CEO, he didn't just see this as some accounting entry. He basically said, hey, this isn't just a number. This is rocket fuel for our future. It gives them a massive war chest to go out and make things happen. Okay, now for story number 2. This is the one that explains that solid revenue growth, and honestly, it might even be even more important for the long run. This is about the real business. So if you look at where the money's coming from, whoa, check this out. Suddenly, this live streaming and other category isn't just a side project, it's their biggest business now, bigger than their old bread and butter subscriptions and cloud computing. So how'd that happen? One word, Hupu. They bought this major online sports community. And get this, they only owned it for 1 month of the quarter, and it already kicked in over $3 million in revenue. This one move just bolted a brand new high-powered engine onto the company. So you take a step back and you put all these pieces together, and you start to realize, wait a minute, this isn't just a great quarter. This could be a whole new company we're looking at. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at how it's stacking up against the competition. Over the past year, the stock is up nearly 300%. The rest of the China tech sector, not even close. They're leaving everyone else in the dust. And here's the kicker that makes this story so strong. It's not just about the flashy new stuff. Their original businesses, the very foundation of the company, they're still growing too. Subscriptions hit an all-time high, and cloud computing is chugging along nicely. The whole machine is firing on all cylinders. So the big question is, where do they go from here? Well, if you listen to management, they are not planning on slowing down anytime soon. They came out with some seriously strong guidance for the next quarter. They're basically telling Wall Street,
hey, you know that great quarter we just had? Expect revenue to jump another 15%. That's them signaling that the full impact of Hupu is just getting started.
So, looking ahead, you've got 3 huge things to watch. 1, how well do they integrate and grow this new Hupu business? 2, can they keep winning in cloud services? And 3, and this is the billion-dollar question, what are they going to do with all that cash from their Insta360 investment?
And that's really what it all boils down to. This quarter was just transformative. It was this perfect storm of a brilliant operational move with Hupu and a massive financial windfall from the IPO. It completely rewrites the story for Xunlei. But the question everyone's asking now is this the start of a whole new era? Or was this just a spectacular once-in-a-lifetime event?